Yes. Verse 7, purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, yeah, and I shall be whiter than snow. You know, for 7 years and 8 months, I've had to deal with what's known as a gender stereotype. I'm just going to have to give Heidi some money. Now, for every sheriff that thinks that since I'm a man, I have to pay my wife child support, when you do not enforce the laws, I am not giving her any money. Now, there's this gender stereotype that men are the aggressor. Right. Men are the perpetrators of victimization of women, and they're the child abusers. And the truth of the matter is, right now, your fucking bullshit about gender stereotypes has upset me numerous times. Now, I've documented, yes, that when you issued a dissolution of marriage, my wife did not make sure that I had gotten the actual documentation. My sons were taken from me, yes, because she abducted them. And you decided to cover up your crime of refusing to enforce the laws of the United States. Now, this gender stereotyping where I'm going to have to pay child support and I'm going to have to do what you said, I'm going to have you put in prison. Gender stereotypes. Now, for every male sheriff and police officer that thinks they can't go to fucking prison, I spent the last 7 years and 8 months having people tell me that I have to pay my wife for the abduction of my sons. Well, you're going to have to remove your fraud today. I'm going to have custody of my sons. Yes. And as a man, this gender stereotyping where when a woman accuses a man of some sort of crime, you have to make sure that the man does what the court says. Now, yesterday, I made some videos about my sons being mentally ill and mentally defective for the rest of their lives because I wasn't in Squim, yes, and I wasn't in Brennan. And it looks to me like right now that the stupid fucks that happen to be men that think right now that I'm going to pay my wife child support when you did not make sure that I got notice of court hearings. Yes. That you had reciprocity with the United Nations to dissolve the marriage certificate. Yes. And that you did not obligate her to have to admit to the court our community debt. Poop. Now, last night, one of the videos that I haven't been able to upload, yes, talked about community property. Poop. In the community property, are there gender stereotypes? Ouch! Why don't you get me the divorces in every state of the United States for the last 40 years, the parties named? Yes. Because as I understand it, the statistic is approximately 50% of all marriages end in divorce. Yes. And it looks to me that the man has to always support the woman. Now, my wife did not work at any time during our marriage. Yes. From the time that I married her in Kosovo, yes, until the time that she abducted my sons, right, she was never employed. And it's not that I ever held her back from employment. She had no desire to work in any actual professional capacity. She wanted to be home and be that homeschooling. Now, you have gender stereotyped the male and the female. Pope. And I'm wanting to sue you for all the lost wages, yes, the lost income, yes, and all of the various